Hello everyone, I am Vicky, a fashion designer and a pattern drafting instructor. So today I'll be taking you how to take a full body's measurement. I see most times people do not get a perfect fit, and one of the reasons why they do not get a perfect fit is because they do not take an accurate, complete measurement. So today I'll be showing you how to take an accurate measurement that fits so well. So one thing you should note is that because you have the same bust, waist, and hips with another person does not mean your measurement is the same. If you have the same measurement with another person, does not mean your measurement is the same. You may be taller or bustier than the person. You should note that in a body, what makes up the body is not just the chest, the waist, and the hips. We have other things. If we are measuring a circumference of a figure, measure the length to determine where the figure stays. So one thing I'm going to show you is, firstly, when you measure your chest, one thing to take note is you measure it properly, not too tight and not too loose on the biggest part of the bust. So you go up by 4 centimeters to get your chest line. So when you measure your chest line, you go from the you measure the width of the chest line like this, and this is here I have 13. After measuring your chest line, go to the underneath bust of your figure. Measure your under bust underneath like this. Then you measure your figure, which is 27, which is not so bad. Then go up, then measure your under bust, which is 13. Take notes, your under bust is 13. So go down and measure your waistline. There are two waistline in the dress. There is a front waistline, and here is the back waistline. Why is this so? This is because the back waistline is different from the front waistline. The bust has made the waistline bigger than the back. So if you want your dress to fit, make sure you measure the back waistline. Start from here, then measure following the lines, which is 13. If you do this, your zip is not going to budge when you measure correctly, because there is a spine at the back which bends, it follow cuts. So please take notes. So another thing to measure at the back is the back. You know, at the front you measure the chest, at the back you measure the back too, which is 11.5. Make sure you're on everybody person's body is measured. There's a bone there. That bone will determine where you start and where you stop before the armhole. So now we are going to measure our waist. One thing to note that the waist is the tiniest, the most tiny part of the body. Some people, their underbust is actually tiny than the waist. That's because probably they have a big tummy. So to determine someone's waist, tell them to bend a bit. They should think like bend to a side to get your waist. So let's calculate the waist. When you are calculating the waist, you are measuring it, make it very firm. Make it very firm. The bust may not be too firm, but the waist must be very firm, which is this 24. To measure the hips is the biggest part of the lower side. Some people, their bust is actually bigger than their hips. That's the type of figure they have. So to measure your hips, you're going to put your tape around your hip line. Then you're going to fix it like this. Put a hand in between it. Don't make it too tight. Put a hand in between it. This is 40. Then move it down so that you'll be sure that you've reached the biggest part of the hips. That's it. So when you measure the hips, measure the hip length, the shoulder to hips too. So to measure it, you're going to go all the way from the under bust to the length, which is 26. This is because some people's hip length, some people their hip length, they have a lower hip, and some people they have an upper hip. It is important to measure it because people's figure is different. Don't just guess, so that your hip will not be staying at the upper part of your dress. So some people's hip length is in 24, some is in 30, some is in 28. So it's very good to measure it. So that's that about our measurements. If you have any question, kindly drop it in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Bye.